Do you need to fix your hair? You look great. You told me last week I look great in my headphones.
You do. You have that pretty piece. You have this thing that's happening.
I don't know how you wear a headphone properly. Should we start styling our hair around the headphones?
Maybe our new cottage industry can be cuter headphones.
Cute headphone looks? I got to tell you something.
Lay it on me.
If you didn't know this,
Yes,
and you do, decades ago, I was an NFL cheerleader.
I love this.
Cheered for the Minnesota Vikings, Skol Vikings.
Do you love finding things out about your friends? Like, oh, she just slides it in casually. Like,
Does it make sense though? Like
1000%. What else would you be?
I don't know, but that's what I was.
A home shopping house.
Anyway, I have so many stories, good, bad, and ugly from that time of my life.
Yes.
And it was also late 90s, early 2000s. So we don't have a lot to go back on other than our memories.
Yes.
And boy, was it a good old fashioned time. But there's this one story that keeps playing over and over in my head. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because my boys are of this age, or maybe it's because Meredith on Salt Lake City this season wanted to get bat mitzvahed.
Which I have so many questions about that.
But for whatever reason, there's this story that keeps playing my mind, and it goes like this.
Okay.
So as an NFL cheerleader, and I'm not super sure how things work now. I mean, 2024 is a completely different culture than 2001. But we used to get hired through the Vikings organization to like go places as cheerleaders. So cheer people on at a 5-mile fundraiser.
Yes.
Judge a burnout contest.
Was that a real thing?
Yes, I judged a burnout contest
Do you
once.
mean like Fast and the Furious?
I've never seen Fast and the Furious, but I do know it was in rural Minnesota, and they had like trucks and tractors, and they would go brum, 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 and all this dust would kick up, and I was like covered in mud.
And you're like 10 out of 10.
And we're like, yay! And then I'm like, how do you know who won? And they're like, well, who had the best burnout? Like I didn't get it. And I come from those parts.
It's in length though, right? Do you measure the track mark?
Well, this is kind of where the story's going. So we did everything from like fundraising appearances to burnouts. We would do kids' birthday parties, and and they would pay the Vikings. The Vikings would pay us our kind of like their okay. So we did get hired in hindsight for quite a few bat mitzvahs, bar mitzvahs. Which is which? Do you know?
Girls are bat. Boys are bar.
Okay, so this is a bar mitzvah. It was a boy.
Yeah.
And his theme was the Vikings.
This
so
is
naturally,
fun.
his parents hired 4 of us to come to his bar mitzvah. And for his entrance, it was at this big fancy restaurant downtown. It was like on the 3rd floor, and it was beautiful. It was always what I imagined.
Yeah.
You know, this Catholic girl, when I was little, I was like, how could I get to be Jewish? I'd love to be bat mitzvahed. So anyway, it was Vikings, and for his entrance, they wanted him in a chair, and we were going to carry him in. Each person had a leg. I'm like, great. You know, he's a younger kid.
And when they do the hora, I mean, that's like a dance they do too. That's a big thing, like on the chair. Like,
right. And I don't want to offend anyone. I don't know any technical terms,
Yeah.
but I totally honor and respect all
Completely.
religions, especially, okay. So,
especially in the age of
so please do
nobody
not
wants this.
anything I'm saying wrong is just because I have not studied any of this or know any of this. But so we're supposed to
Father
bring
Mannion
him in.
didn't cover this.
Father Mannion did not teach me about this in his Latin sermons in the 80s.
Right.
Okay. So the 4 of us, I don't know what his name is.
Yeah.
The bar mitzvah boy gets in his chair, and he was smaller because you get bar mitzvahs at 13, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's 4 of you. I mean, you can handle
and we're
this.
lady. I mean, we're like athletes.
You're strong ladies,
okay.
for sure.
So he gets in his chair, and we do like a 1, 2, down, up, and he's in his chair above us, and we're parading him into. I mean, everybody's decked out.
Is he safe?
Well, he's in a chair, and
But
we're
is
holding
he like
him.
buckled in? Because I feel like I'm sensing something is amiss, awry.
So the doors open, and it feels like there's thousands of people. I'm sure there's hundreds.
Yeah.
Family, friends, kids, everything, young and old. And we're walking him out onto the dance floor, and the girl in front trips.
No. No.
And
Erin.
he comes out of the chair.
I knew it. Damn it.
I'm so sorry if this was you or the parents who paid for it.
So this young man, so we're talking about 20 years ago. He is a full grown.
I'm sorry.
But he's rolling around.
I'll come back
telling
to
this story too.
I mean, he's rolling around with a few professional cheerleaders on the ground. I don't know. Some people might say that was a great bar mitzvah. I don't know.
It was not a mitzvah.
So anyway, he entered his manhood by being thrown out of a chair by a cheerleader named Jamie. I do know that it was Jamie who tripped, okay? And if I'm wrong, correct me if anyone's listening to this.
What did she trip on?
You know how they had like the makeshift dance floors and there's like that little like
lip.
angle lip? And then we wore those white boots and we're carrying a teenager in a chair.
And by the way, we're also responsible for his health and welfare.
We biff it and he falls out of the chair and his big entrance into his bar mitzvah. I am so sorry if it was you, and I hope you had a great night. And
he was okay.
And I think so. Everything kind of went black after that. I like, go Vikes, and like ran.
How do you recover from that?
I don't know. I didn't. I don't know. So here,
just do superstar.
Yeah, I think we were just like, yay! Oh, wow! Skull Vikings. Let's win this game. Like, DJ, hit it.
Divert attention.
Yeah, like just, I don't know. Maybe I started doing sexy dance to like make people, distract people from what they just saw. Like, you didn't see that. Look at this. There's a grown lady twerking. Like, I don't know.
This has come up quite a bit today. We've been devising fiery crashes to divert attention
Yeah.
from things.
When you want to avoid something, you got to create a diversion. Okay.
You got to out crazy the crazy.
So anyway, this was probably, because this was in my earlier years of cheering. So it had to have been like the year 2000, 2001.
So 24 plus 13 is what? He's 37 years young now.
Bless you. So anyway, this story has been told over and over and over again.
Well, it's a good
we
one.
Laugh about it, and me and my friends talk about it, and
hysterical.
Girls that I cheer to talk about it. But now, does this ever happen to you? Did your eyeglasses just fall apart, honey?
I was laughing so hard. I broke my glasses.
Okay. Can you still see?
We'll see.
Can you still work those boards?
We'll find out.
Okay. So now, this is what's been happening to me as of late. That's a true story.
And you were there.
That's where I'm starting to get confused. Has this ever happened to any of you or to you? There is such like a hallmark story of your life and you know it so well and it's been told so many times. I'm like, wait a minute. Was I there?
Right.
Or was it just told so well so many times that I now through osmosis have become one of the chair carriers? I don't know.
So is it even a Vikings cheerleader? Is that important to the story? Or did someone tell a great bar mitzvah
Nope,
story?
it's 100% Vikings cheerleader.
So that part for sure we know.
And I know it was my teammates and I know I was on the team at the time.
But you might not have actually been.
Was it my roommate who was carrying the chair, not me?
Erin.
Does that ever happen to you, though?
Do you know, we were at, yes, and Phil tells this story all the time, Father Phil.
Okay. Her husband, not her priest.
Same exact story. His friend is telling a story. His other friend is across the table. They are in gales of laughter, hoots and fits of laughter. And his friend across the table goes, "That's my story."
Yes,
says to
that's
the other
what
guy.
I'm
They've traveled together for work for so long that he is now retelling his friend's story as his own.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it happens all the time. And by the way, here's when it really happens: is you'll go through pictures, and the picture is what prompts the memory. You don't actually have the memory.
Correct.
It's like there's a picture of your 5th grade birthday, or 5-year-old birthday.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, I totally remember being at the Chuck E. Cheese or wherever you were.
Yes, exactly.
But you don't.
No.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to have to dig deep and go back into the archives and ask people, like, was I a part of that?
Well, what do they say? Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
I've never heard of that. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I could tell a lot of stories. I don't know if
story.
But yeah, so I'm happy to know that does happen to others.
But I do think now we also have to acknowledge that in our advancing years, this gets worse.
Does it?
Yeah. Yes. Is this story mine? Was I there? Or is it just one of those great, like, does your family have one of those great, just like,
do you have one that you could tell?
Origin stories of, I'm trying to remember. I mean, these are all real. Like, our good family stories are all real. The time that the cabinets fell off the wall at my mom's house as she was hosting my grandparents, like, a big anniversary.
What do you mean the cabinets fell off?
Fell off of the wall.
Had you just put them up?
No. Somewhere along the line. And when you looked at how they were actually anchored, and I was probably 10 years old at the time, but I'm no structural engineer. These fuckers were they're in there with a hope and a prayer.
Did all the dishes break?
Dishes broke, everything. And it's while guests are there. It's not like there's a prep for it or there's time to recover. No. It's while guests are there. And then the other one, same situation. My grandma was a huge Christmas person.
Yeah.
So she'd get a little blue every once in a while, but Christmas got her right.
Yeah,
up and
of
out.
course.
I mean,
yes.
She was so happy. And this is again, probably around the same age. My grandpa calls and says, Jackie, that's my mom, get over here now.
Oh God.
Your mother's in hysterics. The tree just fell. So the Christmas tree and all of the presents and all of the ornaments, everything fell. So it's usually around those things, like some sort of
Look
trauma.
at how you've learned such great recovery.
We've had that too, though. We've had a tree fall.
You have?
Mm-hmm. It was very sad. Sad.
Well, what do you do? Don't you just pick it up?
Yeah, but I only did glass ornaments in those days. Like Melissa Miner only.
Somebody's so fancy.
She was a fancy lady.
Holy
no more.
smokes.
You give me a plastic ornament now. If you've lost a tree and you've lost your ornaments.
How does a tree fall over though? Don't you screw it in?
It wasn't anchored properly.
Okay.
I think it looked good.
Is this something I need to start worrying about?
Yes. Or if it's big enough, you have to tether it to something else.
No. Next week, I'm going to tell the story of how my Christmas tree fell. Only glass ornaments.
I was devastated.
I'm like, listen to this, you guys. I was hosting my parents. My cabinets fell off the wall.
You guys keep us honest with our stories. You'll say, I call bull.
Like, you guys are never going to believe what happened to me. This week.
I was devastated.
There's a cabinet. Fell. Everything broke.
It was my 50th wedding anniversary.
We were in hysterics.
And John called me and said, Becky, get over here.
There's a few stories that I wish weren't mine.
Oh, my gosh.
There's stories that I wish.
But are you regretful of, like, when I ran into my old grade school friend and I've been thinking about her. We're going to connect. We talked about that last pod. And there are so many stories. Like, she literally knows where the bodies are buried. And there's no proof because it was the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Unless I have a photomat picture of it, it's only her.
Right. But she knows everything that happened.
I'm going to have to offer. Yeah, let's go together. Let's get together for lunch.
What was her name again?
This is going to be your kill list.
Oh, my gosh.
The podcast that follows the Hitman.
Hitman for Hire. Did I tell that story? See, I can't remember.
Yes.
I can't remember.
Start keeping a ledger, listeners, friends.
Keep a ledger of what we say because we don't even know for sure.
No. And I think if we were a professional outfit, we would be keeping track of stories so that we didn't tell them again. But
a key to happiness is recognizing who you are, and we'll never be a professional outlet. And that's something that keeps me happy. So you gotta lay out your own expectations.
If we ever get too big for our britches,
yes,
I want our friends, our parents, of course, that are watching.
Yeah. Mom. Mother.
And Juanita.
What do you want my mom to do?
You keep us honest.
Juanita, Linda, Jackie, and Teresa.
That's right.
We love you guys. It's just the 6 of us together forever. Do you want to know a story that
just as easily FaceTime versus having these microphones? I could just have you over for a nice ham sandwich and a pasta salad. We could talk about this around the table. But instead, we've decided...
Why didn't we just FaceTime you guys together? Why do I have to wear a headphone for this?
Well, I'd look a lot cuter without it, I can tell you that much. You know what happened to me? I'm a little bit of a road rager. And
do you drive fast?
I drive fast. I drive pretty aggressive. Like, I definitely want to pass in the
You
passing
do have one of
lane.
those cars that I look out for.
It's a little zippy.
Yeah, and I am driving 2 or 3 miles under the speed limit.
Yeah.
In the right-hand lane.
Well, you've got children. You've got babies on board. I mean,
I also have proven to myself I'm not trustworthy behind the wheel.
Well, remember, listener, we also remember the time that Erin was pulled over for actually just driving and driving legally.
He thought I was impaired. And I was stoned.
That's just
sober.
how I
have 20/20 vision. Hearing's good.
Good eye hand.
Very coordinated, quite frankly. Talk about taking myself seriously. I am a very coordinated person. And I got pulled over for being impaired. Remind me to tell you, I've never...
Did that actually happen to you?
What?
Now I'm questioning everything I've been told.
No, that happened to me. Remind me to tell you I've gotten in a lot of accidents.
Yeah.
All stationary objects. I know. I know.
Is your vision 2020? Because maybe it's your vision.
Nope, it's my mind.
Oh,
it's always
you're
racing.
Distracted.
It's always going.
Oh, this is
so
true.
now. So most of my accidents with stationary objects, I haven't had one since COVID. It was a bad day.
It was a mailbox
remember
or
COVID?
Something. Yeah.
I took out the back of my SUV
In your own driveway.
and my mailbox that had been there for the entire time I've lived there.
Was it a corner? Like, were you cutting the corner too tight or just smash straight?
I couldn't see, not because of my vision, but we had just been called and they said the kids' schools are shutting down. You need to come over and pick up all their bags
so
and all
you
their
were
books.
distraught.
And then we had to work through the whole thing. There was no time off, and I had to be at work.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
Essential workers, home shopping, guests and hosts. Essential? I think not.
That was a dark time.
It was a dark time. Well, and a lot of studios went to, this situation, more of a
at-home situation.
Like yes.
Well, I mean, clearly it didn't work for me. I quit my job for 2 years.
Just show them.
Clearly that didn't situate.
Right.
But yes, so it was like, I don't know, like a week in March where they're like, okay, schools are shutting down. You have to come get all their stuff. You've got to do it with a mask on, like a covert operation. Like there's one paper bag waiting outside with your name on it. And then I had to be at work because I was an essential worker.
So you were in a state.
I was in a full-blown panic. And at the beginning of it, I mean, we all go through our highs and lows, and I'm not here to judge anybody on how they feel one way or the other. I honor you. But at that time, we were like a weekend, and I'm like, oh, this is how we die. It is the wrath.
No, it did feel.
At first, I was like, and we will all be dying through this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why even pick up the books? But here I am, and I took the mailbox out.
Is this on the way to the school?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So you show up a little rattled.
I showed up with I had like an SUV, like a big guy with a big third row because I had,
I
kids.
had that old truck.
Yep.
Yeah.
I smashed that puppy. Thank God there was no kids in the back.
Oh my gosh.
I regret it. I'm sorry. It was a bad decision.
No one was hurt in the making of these accidents.
God.
It's all just what? It's mailboxes, it's garbage cans, it's what?
I sideswiped quite a few poles. I backed into like a bike stand a few times.
Don't you have beepers?
I drove my...
Doesn't it say like stop, 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 stop? Mine goes stop, 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 stop. Or like, do you have a camera?
In my current car, but I can't remember my other... I mean, listen, my last car, I can't remember what it looked like on the inside.
That one, I think I have the same one that you used to have. And that one has no beepers, but has a camera.
Well, who can use that? It's too technological.
I agree.
Prior to that,
I agree.
I did drive my dad's Astro van that looks just like a toaster. I drove it into the side of the garage. Like pulling into the garage, I just, like 16 or 17, but who in their right mind is like, hey, Erin, 16-year-old, you can drive my Astro van. It was white with red velvet interior. And I drove that puppy directly into the garage like I got it lodged. Like the driver's side door was just lodged into the side. It was a double car garage. There was no car on the other side. It was I just drove it into the side of the door.
I do have a question.
Go.
When you're first driving, imagine yourself as a 16-year-old driver, like William is newish as a driver. When you look at the lane, do you have a problem with spatial relationships? Like I'll look at the lane sometimes and go, I don't think I'm fitting in here.
Yes.
Like, really it's half of your car.
Of course. You should watch me pass a semi. It's full terror. I'm down in the ditch
because
I'm 2 wheels in grass.
I know.
Yes,
I think that's a real thing they should test for.
Yeah, like depth perception, width perception for sure. But let's land this plane. The reason why I don't drive with road rage now is because from age 16 to about 40,
you've been humbled. I've
been humbled by my own accord.
Mm-hmm.
Not a Honda Accord. That was a dad joke. But I've been humbled by I've sideswiped and ran into so many things.
So you literally are staying in your own lane.
So now, and recently, this was about 2 years ago. This is why I had to get a new car.
Uh-oh.
I backed out of the garage, but I didn't open the garage door.
I feel like your vulnerability here is really, really remarkable. knew that story.
Wait.
How? At what speed, though?
It got worse.
No. I mean, did you hammer it? Did you just floor it and book it out of there?
I didn't make it out.
So wait, now you can't get out because now it's so screwed up that you can't.
Okay. So here's the great news. I wasn't going at a rapid speed, hence my poor driving before. Okay.
Did you want it just to rip right off the hinges and just?
So I backed into the garage, but I was going at a slow rate. So it was just more of like a dent.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was just like a pop.
But now it can't work.
It's not, well, I had to go out and give it the old 1-2.
Oh.
Okay. So then it kind of went back in.
Oh, terrific.
Okay. So then I get back in the car. I'm like, freaking late. What a dumb. Oh, boy.
Yeah, shoot.
So I open the garage door. Clearly, I had to open it. And I start backing out. And I don't know what happened.
I love it, just to clarify.
I honestly, to this day, I'm like, is this the spirits above? Am I being voodooed? Is there somebody with a vengeance who has put some witchcraft on me? But the caboose of my car is out. It's in the driveway.
Okay.
The garage door starts coming back down.
No.
And
while you're not
stuck
cleared?
on like the rails
Yes.
of my ceiling of the roof
It's
of my
on the car.
It's on, and I got to give it the old what for and just go to get it.
Before it comes crashing down.
It ripped off my antenna. It ripped off the ceiling, like the racks.
Erin, that could have come down like on the glass.
Yeah. And then the garage door was like going.
Is it hanging or is it down now?
So then I got out and it went back up. So I put it back down and there was like this little dent at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then on the inside, you could see that it had gotten to a kerfuffle.
Yeah.
And then the entire roof of my car had been dismantled. So what do?
Call
Nothing.
John.
No. So I love John so much.
Yes.
He doesn't have a lot of tolerance for my driving because I have taken out so many cars.
Are you going to try to handle this by yourself?
Well, I thought to myself.
What is the expression? Does it need to be said? Does it need to be said now?
Don't ask, don't tell.
By me? He'll figure it out.
I'm like, will anyone really notice?
The fact that you ripped the roof off of your car.
No, the roof was still intact. It just didn't have like the bars or the antenna. And I'm like, I don't listen to my radio anymore anyway. I listen to podcasts. And like, we never really use those bars.
We're not going skiing for months.
And then the garage, if you really look closely, you can see some denting, but like.
But is it still functioning?
It's functioning.
Okay.
For sure. But so it's like, so far, it looks like life will be unchanged due to this little hiccup.
However.
But of course, my husband. One day you might meet him, and one day you probably won't. He's very buttoned up. He's very tucked in. He's very type A.
Yes.
I mean, this man doesn't miss a beat. You want something done? You ask John to do it. Especially if he's grieving anything. He can get anything done.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He shoveled 20 tons of rock when Maxine crossed over the Rainbow Bridge. Anyway, of course he comes home, that little MRFer.
And he knows like that.
It's like, what happened to the garage? Like, how would you see? How do you even notice that?
Because there's carnage. There's shit everywhere.
All the stuff is gone.
Oh, you cleaned up the crime.
Yeah. It wasn't, I don't even think there was a lot of stuff.
But he knew.
No, he just saw the garage from the outside because he pulls into the other garage door. So he saw my garage door.
Oh, so he knew just by the appearance.
He's like,
of
what
the
happened
door.
here? And
It's a mighty battle.
I can't believe I did this. I think some of Will's friends were over playing basketball. And they fell into the garage.
I love this. We've
was
all done
wrong.
it. You come on now. You cast the first stone.
I'm not even gonna say the names because I'm so worried their parents will be listening to it. But
Did you pick one of the naughty ones?
No, I picked a few of the big guys. And I was like
they would be capable of.
I think they were playing like really aggressive, like 3-on-3, and you know who and you know who. Like, and he's like, oh shoot,
The
yeah,
big fellas.
yeah, I gotta punch that out or something like that.
Was that the end of it?
No.
Oh.
So then the garage door starts acting funny. Okay.
Oh dear.
And he's like, guys, did something happen to the garage? Now, this is going on weeks, okay, of him investigating.
Wait, are the kids in on the ruse, or do they know?
No, this is where things are dark.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
James, my baby, knew.
Did he cover for you?
Well, no, this is how, in my mind, this seemed okay. In hindsight, I think it was wrong.
But in the
But
moment,
he's a 12-year-old child. He's not ready for this adult type of behavior. I said, honey, I need to talk to Dad about this.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell Dad. Okay. So you just let me tell him on my own time.
I love this.
But then when John was like, does anybody know what happened to the garage?
Mom knows.
James was like,
oh, just play dead. Play dead.
like he would like go running out. Like that's not, I shouldn't have put my child in that situation because John kept, he's like, you guys, the garage is acting so funny and there was this down. Like, gosh, this is so weird. So my dad comes over.
Oh, he's going to fix it.
Thanksgiving last year.
Terrific.
I said, Dad,
Get on that.
No.
Uh-oh.
My dad does some investigative work and he's looking at the garage and he's thinking, John, where are this hits? Like this
There's no way
couldn't have been on the ground. Yeah. So he gets out the ladder.
Oh, Lord.
And he looks at the top of my car and he says, John, I think you need to come see something.
Well, this is now, let's frame it. This is a man who has lost a garage.
He's lost a garage door. He's lost full cars to me behind the wheel.
So he's coming in with more knowledge.
So Thanksgiving morning.
Oh, boy.
Thanksgiving afternoon, I can't remember. I come out to the garage to like throw something away and I see the two of them on ladders looking at the top of my car.
It's CSI.
And I'd been caught. I'd been.
The jig is up.
The cover had blown. I had to come clean. And on Thanksgiving, I had to tell my entire family that I backed into the garage door, came back in, and then I backed out again and the garage door shut on me. And I ripped off my roof. And then I hid it from
the stuffing.
And then I hid it from everybody and asked my 12-year-old for an alibi. This was last year.
So for those of you, after the recent election, I don't know your feelings about Thanksgiving with your family, but I just want you to put it in context.
You're welcome to tell this.
That's exactly right. If anything start to get a little hot, I want you to say, I've got a great story for you. Let me just bring some levity.
I know things seem heavy right now, but you should hear what my friend Erin did.
And you can claim the story as your own.
Yeah.
That's
Wouldn't you be
fine.
like, it can be yours. Make this your story. We're in a safe space to make stories our own or give them away. Like, if you need this to be the story of your neighbor, let it fly.
Yeah, I love this so much.
If you want to pretend this was your sister-in-law and just put a little heat on her, go for it.
Yeah, your crazy uncle starts railing on the world stage.
Your aunt's passed out again behind the couch. Tell this story.
You guys have got a great story.
You deflect with this story. We're here for steal stories and deflect. It keeps everything happy.
Create the car crash. Create the fiery crash in the kitchen. Divert attention, whatever you have to do.
Let them know. Let them know that what, your crazy neighbor did the other day.
Erin, that is a great story. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
So were they forgiving?
I mean, what are they going to do? Divorce me? They've put up with this for so long.
Your parents put you up for adoption.
What are they going to do? They were disappointed in me, and I'm disappointed in myself. I'm not proud of it.
No. Well, what are you going to do, though? Beat yourself up about it?
Well, I'm going to drive 2 miles under the speed limit in the right-hand lane the rest of my life. I mean, it's what I've read. That's what I have to. Everybody has their own struggles in life.
Yes.
Right? Some people have to make decisions over substance abuse. Some people have to make decisions over what they eat, how they dress. I have to make decisions on how I drive. I just have to accept who I am.
And the world is better for it. We are safer.
I have to accept who I am. Yep. I want to keep you safe for God's sakes.
Thank you.
I need to keep my garage safe. And then he had no choice. We had to get a new car. And so I really want to make
new garage door and new car.
I can't remember what happened with the garage door, because what happens is when I know something is about to be traumatic, I disassociate and pretend it's not happening.
This is what we've
so
been
I really don't
suggesting
know
for a long time.
I don't know what the follow-up was to the garage door, to be honest.
It's fixed.
I don't know if my dad and my husband fixed it or if they had to get I don't think we got a new garage door. I would have remembered that.
He Newberged it. It's handled.
Probably.
He Mr. Foxed it. It's all been fixed.
But now it is a goal of mine, just like it's Becky's goal to participate on social media. It is my goal. This will be the first car in my life that I don't get in an accident in.
Well, I really wish you hadn't said that out loud. I feel like I don't know about any of that. Doesn't that feel like you are asking for...
No, I'm putting good energy out into the universe.
Oh, I see. So we're manifesting only good karma.
Yeah, and I'm going to...
Car karma.
Car karma. I'm going to drive slow behind you. So about 45 minutes ago, you were telling me about my road rage. Yes. And it went down my garage story.
Oh, no. Oh, mine is much quicker. It's a very fast story.
Do you know how many people have told me that?
That was worth the meander. That is a great, great story. No, mine is easy. I'm a big honker. I'm a big movie ass. Move B, get out the way. Like I am that kind of.
Do you flip people off?
I've been known to. You know this story.
No.
This one is kind of embarrassing. So we were at a parent party. Our kids were in hockey. One of the dads was telling my husband a story. And he said, so there I am pulling out of the grocery store parking lot. And it is a little bit of, this one. And
our town grocery store, if you want rage, you go to that parking lot.
It's like, it's old fashioned. It's crazy.
It's one way.
Yeah. Sometimes it's one way. Sometimes it isn't. And I got
lots of retirement homes nearby.
Oh, shit. I just gave away the punchline. Damn it. Delete. So he's telling my husband about pulling out of this parking lot. And this woman loses her mind, is flipping him off, screaming,
"It was you."
And he goes, "And it was your wife." Yeah. And I said, and so Phil
so
goes,
you gave another dad in hockey the bird?
Yeah. And he goes, "Do you remember it?" And I go, "Which time?" What was he driving? I couldn't remember. There's a lot of them. So, long story longer.
I should think back. You probably flipped me off.
I'm sure
you have no tolerance for how slow I go down those rows. None. An old person could trip or a kid could jump out at any minute. And I know that.
I like it. Driver aware. I'm driving to work and we live exactly door to door 7 minutes. I
live about 5.5.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm driving. There is this older gentleman in a pickup truck. And he is purposely, if I try to go to the left, he gets in the left.
Ew, I don't like that.
It's just us. It's early. It's like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you're fucking with me. Like this is now
you're like game on.
Yeah.
Born and ready.
I get it happened the whole way. And I get off on our exit and he's flipping me off the whole way. And I was like, this is this great moment of karma for me of like,
is that how you treat people?
He was in a beef with a stranger and like, sir, you're fighting a monster that doesn't exist.
Yes.
So it was like
Was he a mirror for you?
Yes. I saw myself in that
did
older
you
fella.
Did you recognize yourself?
I was healed in that moment though, because I was like, what you're so mad at? Why are we so angry?
So do you not flip people off anymore or do you?
It would have to be a grievous error. But it's also so like, you guys, that's like, it feels like the 1970s to me. It feels like
the middle finger.
It feels so like, I don't know, dated and kind of corny. Like, ugh. Like it's just such
when you make that face.
Such an ugly like look. And then some people do this one.
I don't know how to do that one. Yeah.
Lisa Rinna does it this way, where she'll do like
Ew.
her knuckles
Not a fan.
up. I just say
no middle finger.
None of it.
Do you want to know something I do to producer Nina?
What? On air?
Yeah.
What? Do you flip her off?
So she can't take a shot of me. So if I don't want the camera to come back to me, I'll just be like,
bravo, bravo, bravo.
Yeah, so that it can't come to me. I need
Except for how many times have you wanted the camera to come to you? And they're like,
oh yeah, on the opposite end. I'm like, I'm trying to show how cute these pants are on me. And it's not there. But when I'm like, I need a minute or don't come to me, I'll be like this. So she can't. Or she'll say things in my ears that she knows will get under my skin.
Oh yeah.
And then I go like this.
There is a game within the game.
I still use my middle finger though. Should I not be doing it? Is it weird? I don't make that face you made. Is that the face that goes with the middle finger?
It's never said in love. Although I did the other day walk into our little neighborhood pub and one of my friends just flipped me off right when I walked in. I was like, I love it. It was a great little...
Like a greeting.
Yeah, it was... but it was in love and it was flirty and fun.
Oh,
cute.
okay. Was it a girl or a guy?
It was a girl. I was
Okay.
like, I think that's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
You know, when I was little, my mom and grandma acted as though any swear. My mom never swore in front of me, and
right?
still doesn't.
So, what was her naughty word? Like if she was frustrated, shoot, darn.
I don't. Ugh. I don't know. Darn it.
She has such a sweet temperament, though.
Yeah, but you know, until like college, like a big old F. I still, even to this day, because I like
yourself?
I know the only person listening to this is my mom, so I feel
so
funny saying. I swear in front of her now, and I don't not swear. I swear for sure, and if I get mad, I'll really swear.
You really don't, though. You're right.
I don't swear that much. No.
I do a lot.
Give me a bottle of wine and get me heated about something.
Oh.
I could, go off the rails
But
for a
I
minute.
love that it's like you have that internal governor still.
No, to this day,
Yeah.
a swear word, I'm always like, oh, my mom.
I go back and forth on it. I do think you can probably pick a better word. Like you can have a better vocabulary. I love that. But I also love, I think people who swear, and this is how I'm justifying it, so I'm completely trying to rationalize it, is like you're not editing yourself. That you're just saying the thing you think. That it's more uninhibited. But I do think it can be crass, and I agree with that.
I honor that.
There's a however coming.
I honor that, and I see that point of view.
Yes.
Let me give you a different point
The
of view.
swearer in me sees the swearer in you.
Sometimes I feel like people just use it because they absolutely have no idea how to create reaction otherwise.
Yes.
Or how to articulate their feelings otherwise.
I agree.
And on the big stage, this happens sometimes at concerts, and it bugs me. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Like the biggest stars in the world, with like the best songs in the world, the biggest followings, their big opener when they walk out on stage is Minneapolis, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yep.
And then everyone screams for the F word?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I expect more out of this musical genius or this magnetic star.
That's a good point.
Or when that's like the only thing people can say either in an argument or in like a way to evoke feeling.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't you have something more to say than the F word?
Go back to the well. I agree. And
Go back to the well.
What I saw is we went to see Foo Fighters and Dave.
Wait, no. Oh.
God bless him.
Is the wife still with him?
I don't know. I mean, nothing but hope and prayers. But he was such
Do your
an
thing,
idol
girl. Whatever you like best.
for our kids. And so anyway, we're at the show. I made the mistake of looking up I don't know if I looked up the set list or if I looked up a video, and he did the same shtick. So it was like, hey, you MFers in the back. Like, and so I knew that was part of his shtick that he did every.
Oh, so it wasn't authentic
just
to the
us
crowd.
MFers. It was everyone's an MFer. Like, it felt like
you wanted to be the special girl.
Come up with an original
and he was
shtick.
Yep.
We come up with original shtick for a living.
Well,
we do though.
No, I know.
We talk about,
and sometimes I wish we spent more time coming up with it.
We could do better at it. Yes. But I mean, we sell stuff and we speak extemporaneously for a living. And I know you can do it. I know you can come up with a fresh way of saying things. Mm-hmm. It's possible. You don't have to call every city, hey, you MFers.
Especially when a family of 4 costs $1,500 to go.
Lady.
And I had to start an OnlyFans account to buy the tickets.
Do you know, you guys, we giggle so much about OnlyFans, but do you know it's only because we're actually considering a foot page? It just feels like we're missing out. You know, when people stopped paying their mortgages for a while there, when the economy crashed, and I looked at Phil and I said, are we the last idiots still paying our mortgage?
Wait, were you allowed not to pay your mortgage during that?
People just kind of wild out about not paying.
I'm not married to a man who could do that.
I couldn't. Oh, no, that was answered with a resounding no. But I think we're the only people that don't have a foot
in the game. But bump 2 dad jokes, 1 show. 2. Honda Accord and foot in the game.
Tune into this podcast for more original material.
Well, I know we've gone over our time again, but I would like to visit. Mm-hmm. And that's the story of my life. I've gone over time and I'd still like to visit. I'd like to put that on our to discuss list.
Okay.
Is how we all feel as a collective whole about starting an OnlyFans account. And I'm dead serious.
I'm going to give you, so
I'm dead serious.
For the listener, I think I'm going to have to give you an email or some way to respond.
Yeah, let's figure out some way to interact. I mean, obviously on social media, but Becky's not there.
I feel like I'm doing a really good job.
Wait, by the way, first and foremost, follow Becky at Becky Right On Air on Facebook, not Becky Stanfield, please.
Yeah,
that Becky Stanfield one has been like hacked and she can't get into it. Number 2, if you can make that type of money by simply dipping your toe in some whipped cream.
And anonymously. You don't have to.
No, that's the thing. Are you sure it's anonymous?
I don't have to say, these are my hooves. I don't have to say.
And you have the prettiest feet.
It's a size 10, though. I don't know what the community likes. I don't know.
They don't look big.
But do they like a 6? Like, is it?
Well, I got a 6, but the toes look like they got in an alley fight, as we've discussed before.
Okay, we'll do a foot fight. Maybe that's it. We'll do like a
I don't want to get intimate with you.
No, it's not that. It'll just be like a East-West battle. It won't be like.
Oh, sure.
Actual,
like a dance-off.
Yeah.
Like a dance battle.
Da-dun, da-da,
like you can do like a cute toenail polish and really nice pedicured foot. And then I'll just do the Rough Rider.
Dirt.
Yeah.
You can come out of the garden.
Like it flashes back and forth. Now, I know this sounds psycho, but you guys, there are people making millions of dollars.
Literally millions of dollars.
Doing stuff like this. Think of the people we could help, the donations we could make, the shoes we could buy.
Erin, we're giving away $1 million idea right now. It'll be a up-down battle week to week of different things.
But now I do feel like we're giving away the anonymity by telling people exactly. We're giving away how we're anonymous. How do you say anonymity? Anonymity?
Anonymity.
Okay, we're giving that away right now because now if people find that, they're going to know it's us. One cute foot, one disheveled foot, both in whoop cream.
Whoop.
Darn it. And we can't do our hands because everybody already knows our hands.
I just want to say whoop cream.
Whoop cream? That's what my kids used to call it. They thought it was a whoop cream. Open up some whoop cream. Stick your foot in it.
Open a can. That's another dated thing. I'm going to open a can of
whoop ass.
What the hell were we thinking?
Well, I don't know because I never said that. I didn't say to anybody I was going to whoop your ass.
Oh, what's the... Would you take it seriously if you were in a fight with Erin and she was like, I'm going to...
No.
Ma'am, I'm going to...
I was one time at a party where a girl hit me.
What?
Because she thought I had kissed her boyfriend, but it was a different lady.
Where'd she strike you?
And by lady, I mean
like
kid.
Where on your body?
She like came up and like took a swing. And again, now...
Did you matrix it? Did you just like...
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves has aged so well.
He's great.
Never even seen The Matrix, but I know I like him in it. No, there was another girl from my same school and we kind of resembled each other, like same height, same build. I don't know. I think I was just, again, never took myself too seriously. I was like, wrong chick, peace.
See.
No, I did this.
Yeah.
Maybe those
stop her.
You know, one day we will review how we were brought up and see you were in the inner city.
And people really did fight.
Inner city.
The girls in
rural Wisconsin, inner city Minneapolis.
Very, very close though. I think it's a similar.
I think there's more. You know what? We could really break down social barriers by simply sharing our childhoods.
Yes.
Like rural Wisconsin farmland
and
then inner city
yes.
Minneapolis.
Yes.
And our upbringing wasn't much different.
No. And here we are.
You did use the middle finger more.
Contemplating OnlyFans. We are fancy ladies, grown-up ladies.
Yeah. And on that note.
Pillars of the community.
On that note.
Is it time?
I think so.
I think it is too.
Thank you so much for just being here. We are so happy you're here.
Yes.
We're so happy you're here each and every day. What have we learned today? Don't take yourself too seriously.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers.
If you need to break ice at the family meal or divert attention, always divert when things get tough.
Yes.
And feel free to borrow other people's stories. Those 3 golden rules, you guys are golden through the holiday season and beyond.
That's right. These are life lessons.
Everything's going to be okay.
There's no charge for any of this advice.
We don't have a way to contact you.
We think it might be email.
Yeah, but for now, we can do email. People email, don't they?
Okay, so what we'll do...
Do you want a fax?
What were we asking them to react to, though?
How should we run our OnlyFans account?
Oh, yes.
Or is it...
Yes.
Like, you know, is it, what's the right word? Like, morally sound? I think if it's just toes.
I think we're just feet, and it's anonymous. But I think we're really onto something here with the content.
I mean, should we become like... madams of OnlyFans and like we'll try it and if it works we'll help other people get their accounts up and running.
Oh, it'll be like Amway. will sit you down and say, let me help you build your business. Let me
get those hooves out here. We have to stop talking. You have to stop talking.
Stop.
And so do I.
Here we go.
We love you. So happy you're here. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you next week.
I love you guys. Bye.
Bye. You guys, do us a huge favor, please. Will you like this podcast, share it, or subscribe? Because that helps, right, Bex?
It will help us a ton.
It will. And I don't know if we've helped you, but if you don't mind helping us, that'd be great.
Fair's fair.
Love you.